You're listening to Weekend Game Plan, brought to you by Mark Ezerzer of Team Ezerzer with the Vantage Realty Group for residential, commercial, or revenue property expertise and results. Call or text 514-772-0771.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy.
Weekend Game Plan gets out into the community with Suburban Newspaper sports editor Mark Lidbetter and the Amateur Sports Report.
Sports@thesuburban.com is the email address or for this weekly segment or for the weekly newspaper. Mark, where do you want to start first?
Well, let's talk about some ringette for a really great accomplishment. You have defending junior world champions, Team Canada. They're the best in the world again after defeating Finland 9-7 in Game 2 of the best of 2 out of 3 series at the 2019 World Ringette Championships held in Burnaby, BC last week. And this makes a three-peat for Team Canada at the junior national level. Players from local associations helped Canada to accomplish that, as Megan Fortin picked up a pair of goals. She's out of the Blainville Association and had an assist, as well as Ilpero's Ariana Segala from Lac St. Louis chipped in with a goal. And also on Team Canada's squad were Beaconsfield's Emily Cunial, and you had Jasmina Moroni and Marie-Ève Dubé, both from Blainville. So they get to wear World Championship gold medals and get some bragging rights.
Wow, very, very cool. All right, on to the ice in NDG.
Yeah, my home stomping grounds from back in the day, and at 2 p.m. today at the Bill Durnan Arena, NDG Minor Hockey will hold the opening ceremonies to launch the 25th edition of their popular Novice Atom Tournament. The Novice portion runs from today until December 16th, and the Atoms kick in on the 13th, wrapping up on December 22nd. Now, for the ceremonies, organizers have reached out to past presidents, tournament executives, as well as players who have played in the first edition and went on to play and develop their skills with the association. Now, the novice portion will be lots of fun to check out, as it's under the new format of half ice, so you'll have 2 games, that's double the action, being packed into each hour of play. Now, following the ceremonial puck drop, one of the opening games features the host NDG Jaguars taking on the Terrebonne Gouverneurs. Now, while the team from the Laurentide regions, to have the name Terrebonne in the opening game with NDG is pretty symbolic, as Terrebonne Park was one of the associations back in the day that was based in the park play segment. So a nice tip of the helmet to the district's rich sports history, and like how Terrebonne Park was the association that Sergio Momesso and Gord Donnelly came out of. So to check out the schedule, go to ndghockey.com and click on the tournament link.
All right, let's keep it on the ice.
Each week, the LHEQ, that's the League Hockey Elites of Quebec, showcase one or more players, whether for sporting or academic reasons. And for Week 11, Olivier Filage of the Bantam AAA Relève Lac St. Louis South Lines was recognized. Now, Olivier is a smooth skating defender who uses his hockey smarts. He can escape pressure and make timely passes out of the zone. And he measures up against the best D-men in the league and is only a first-year Bantam, too. Add in the solid shooting skills, and you get complete player for all situations. He's a true competitor and is recognized as an excellent teammate by his peers. So a nice honor for the young lad.
Yeah, that's great. I love that story. And then this is a sport that's just, if you have a chance to see it live and in person, you go see it.
And that people have a chance this weekend as the Canadian Short Track International Invitational Speed Skating Meet is about to hit the ice at the Venerable Maurice Richard Arena for Day 2 of the 3-day event. This meet brings some of the best senior and junior men and women short trackers from around the globe to test their skills against a strong Canadian contingent of athletes. And short track is controlled confusion with speed, techniques, and tactics by the skaters to cross the finish line. Skaters will compete in individual distances of 500, 1,000, and 1,500 meter distances, and the teams 3,000-meter races will look like roller derby on ice. The event begins at 8:20 this morning with warm-ups, runs till 6 p.m., while Sunday starts at 8:30 and wraps up at 4:30. It's a wild, it's woolly, and worth checking out.
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely recommend it for sure. Sports@thesuburban.com is the email address for Mark's weekly segment if you have an item, or for the weekly newspaper. Mark, thank you.
My pleasure. Stay warm, find your keys, and don't get locked out.
Okay. We know Mark listens every morning. That's for sure. Weekend game plan here on TSN 690. Hour number 2 coming up. And oh boy, is this an hour or is this an hour? 8:35. Can you tell the energy drink has kicked in? 8:35. Hanouk Muamba will join us. Linebacker, middle linebacker, leader of your Montreal Alouettes, Canadian CFL Player of the Year, joining us. But up next, Canadians won last night in MSG. Can they carry this style and play over and over into the next week? Stu Cowan of the Montreal Gazette and HockeyInsideOut.com joins us next.